Hello, all you wonderful people. So a lot's been occurring over the last 2 days. For example, I've had to realize a few things. It's getting pretty serious with the cancer. um, but first things first is I spoke to an oncologist yesterday. Well, the one that's assigned to my case, and I agreed with my surgeon last time I saw him in December that I would speak to an oncologist to consider the options of standard of care. And to be honest, once again, it scared the bejesus out of me. The idea of doing the golden standard, which is chemotherapy and radiotherapy post surgery. My surgery is due next month, middle of next month or later next month, February. And to be honest, that's fine. I'm prepared for that. I've been through two already. The concern is always going to be how much damage it imparts upon my brain to have surgery to remove mass from the brain, matter. um, so she was very, what's the word? Negative. The oncologist made me feel like everything I've done up till now was absolutely lucky, and I put no effort in whatsoever. And it was just the fact that because of my grade of tumor, the type of tumor I've got, which is an unmethylated IDH mutant type, that it's slower growing. So it's not up to me that my willpower and focus and my use of diet and supplementation over the last 9 years that has done anything. It was just that I'm very lucky to have a slower growing grade of tumor. And she also tried to say that my tumor was actually not ever a GBM. It was a grade 2 astrocytoma which transformed. Uh, Man, she made me feel shit. And that's just how oncologists are able to work. They work on a different level to everybody else. um, it felt so heartless, my conversation. I even asked in the end, like, what about people who choose to do metabolic therapy for their cancer? Is it going to help? Do you actually offer that as a treatment option for anyone? She said no, because there's no efficacy. Look at me. If you look at me, you realize that there is efficacy. There is a reason to do it. It's the best thing for your health. To reduce your glucose, to up your fat intake, to have moderate protein. So, of course, pharmaceuticals won't ever look at it as a means to an end. It's not been studied enough. Diet has not been studied enough. No, the human diet doesn't need to be studied. It's all evidence based. You look at millions of people across the world who are doing metabolic therapy for every type of illness and succeeding. But yes, of course, an oncologist can't look because they're bound by the constraints of their business. Um, Also, I talked to a lovely lady called Jane McClellan today. She's been pestering me to have a conversation with her, mainly because she wants to help. And the conversation we had, because she used repurposed drugs on herself. She had lots of cancer. She had leukemia, lymphoma, I think, as well. She had lots of things going on, and she had to try and figure it out herself, and she did. She's done such an amazing job of figuring it out. She's got a book, How to Starve Cancer, basically. She used repurposed drugs, and I am considering using things like metformin, berberine, maybe a statin or two, other repurposed drugs to try and inhibit glutamine production, because we think that maybe my tumor is more adapted to using glutamine as a fuel source than glucose, because I've been restricting glucose for 9 years. So yeah, it's a lot to figure out, and it's going to be very expensive to try and supplement the cost of all this. Using possibly Care Oncology Clinic, buying repurposed drugs is going to be expensive. Getting tests on my blood is going to be expensive. It's going to be thousands of pounds endeavour. It's worth it, I think, for longevity. for an extended period of life. So I've got an operation which I want to be massively prepared for, and reduce glutamine and reduce glucose, be in ketosis as much as possible. Take small dose of the steroid which they give to everybody. I've forgotten the name of, but take a small dose of that because it works in synergy with ketogenic diets to reduce inflammation post-operation. I've been looking into a lot, and I'm definitely doing the cannabis oil, the CBD oil. I'm taking frankincense. There's one that I've got. I don't know if you can see that. It's called Maya frankincense oil, which I just do sublingually. Put some on my thumb and then put it on the roof of my mouth, and it feels like it's already taking effect. So yeah, there's lots of things I need to do that I need to prepare for. I've got like a month and a half to do it. I've not received news of when my surgery is yet. It might be sooner, but I'm going to be fully prepared. I'm going to be in ketosis. I'm going to fast. I'm also going to possibly take these repurposed drugs, and I'm going to succeed. I'm not giving up. It's scary as fuck to hear that the tumour is at a stage where it's possibly threatening my life more than it already has. So there's the what's my son saying? It confused me. So I saw an image when I did a video conversation of my tumor, and it's if you can see from here, it's like from the middle of my head to the almost the frontal lobe. I can't do this very well. So it's like a mass. It's about, I guess it's 4 centimeters in diameter. That's not lengthways, that's widthways, and it's quite long, this mass, and there's cysts within it. There's a big bit of what's the word? So the contrast dye had highlighted quite a bit. It looks scary, but I think the best way to see it from my perspective is to not be scared. Do not let the fear seep in, because that is also inflammatory. So yes, I'm going to have to do a GoFundMe page or something. I'm going to have to get someone to help me out. Anyone out there who's capable, who has the skills to set up a GoFundMe page and to get traction, followers, and share it around. Maximum reach is what I need, because I can't do this alone. I would love to be able to. I'd love to be able to write this book and get it sold and get a publisher and make money out of this, so that I can support my family and pay for all my drugs and supplements and all the blood tests and treatments that I'm considering doing. I've been here 9 years, and I plan to stay here another 9 years, another 10 years, another 20 years. Why not reach for the moon? I've got to. I've got a family, I've got 2 children, I've got a wife, I've got a mum, I've got a dad who's reconnecting with me, I've got all these people are reconnecting with their childlike innocence in my family, who are reconnecting with me after a hard 20 years of my life where I was rebelling and not being myself and being lost. And then I get cancer and I get a bit more lost, but then I find myself again. So I'm here again, pleading for your help, pleading for your support, pleading for your ability to share and help me get the maximum reach for my pleas. So I beg you to help. I beg you all to share far and wide to help me get maximum reach, to help me strive for life. Because part of me is scared shitless. Part of me doesn't know what to do. Part of me is like, maybe I should just give up. But then the other half of me is committed to life, and always has been. The stillness within me speaks, and I'm going to listen. So all of my love to you, and I hope you hear my plea and that you can share and support me and get the word out that I want to continue surviving and that I want to continue being an example to everyone who's lost hope. Fucking 9 years, and I've done this through the massive support that I've received already, and it's insane the amount of people who care. And yes, people get bored. They get this thing called they give too much, and then they kind of lose the willingness to give anymore. And I understand, and I wish I didn't have to ask, and I wish I could be in a position where I wasn't in 27 grand, a 43 grand debt to the government. And I wish I was able to have abundance in more than just health. So please listen, please share far and wide, please support me any way you can. I know it's a new year, I know the expenses are high for everybody, I know we're all struggling. So I give you all my love, and I will speak to you soon. Take care, everybody.